I'm sitting in a real chair in real life. That's why my guy looks like he's sitting.
Oh, okay.
I can't like snap with a chair.
I'll follow
Lisa,
you.
shh, it is about to start.
What's up, Pebbles?
Hey everybody! Oops, hello everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yay, I don't know who I am. Who am I today? So my name is Laurel and I am your host to this week's news and updates.
Now, okay. I was still hearing music. I'm Donna McTee.
Yay!
I'm here with Mark, our producer, and who's running the live stream and recording this event for you to watch on our YouTube channel and Twitch. So you can keep up with all the news that is the news in this metaverse we call AltSpace VR. And I have to tell you guys, I need to put this in the script. Right before I come on, I need to re-enter AltSpace because I've been having problems with my mic. So if I start having a distorted voice, everybody that hears my voice distorted start giving me unhappy emojis, okay? So
It
hopefully
sounds
we make
great
it through.
now.
Yeah, hopefully we make it through.
All right, I hope so. So, yay, love it. And I'm so glad y'all are here, especially that this is a holiday for at least the middle part of North America. So, yesterday we had Thanksgiving, and I had two of them. I think that's unfair. And yesterday was Black Friday, a day filled with all the deals and the wheels and all the shopping craziness. Yay! And Monday is Cyber Monday for all those tech users and shoppers. followed by the compassionate commercial holiday of Giving Tuesday, which encourages you to give back to the world, not just take, and to give to 2 charities. And last week, we shared with you some of our favorite charities. Donna gives to a local theater company that does some really innovative community theater projects, and I donate to 2 animal welfare agencies, including the renowned 24-hour emergency animal hospital in Portland, Oregon, called Dove Lewis, which we need more of those around the world. So we hope that you've made your giving pledge while you're spending all that money on this cyber goodness, as you've been scrolling through all those savings that you can get all over the place. So, love it.
And I remember last week, I don't know if you're in the audience, give me some emojis if you are, Marcel, but we're going to be checking in with you later to see if you got that convection oven that you wanted so badly. We were talking about that earlier. So speaking of Black Friday, we hear that Oculus phones are flying off the shelves at stores and online. So expect the holiday rush of newcomers to AltSpace VR over the next 6 weeks. What does that mean? It means be friendly, be kind, be helpful. And we want, accordingly, there will be extra AltSpace 101 events to introduce people to how AltSpace works. So we'd like to ask you some favors.
So first of all, if you meet someone new, point out the AltSpace VR 101 events in the calendar, show them how to use the calendar, to let them know that there's an event that they need to attend to learn how all these buttons and all these menus work here and what the etiquette is, and to learn more about our community. And second, the AltSpace VR 101s are not hosted by staff. They are presented and moderated by volunteers in this community. We are always looking for people to help present, moderate, and we know that as we increase the number of 101 events over the next couple of months or so, we need more people to help. So we're asking you to step up and volunteer. So I host 101, so does Donna, so does Mark, and I know there's some others out here that do it as well. And so Donna you do 2 a week, don't you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
this week
too.
Yeah.
Because we believe that's how important these events are, that we can help welcome people to the community and set a standard. And we really, it's our community, so we absolutely love doing that.
Absolutely. And if you're interested in helping out by moderating or learning to present, moderators, it's huge, you guys. It's really hard to stay concentrated. I did an extra 101 on Thanksgiving Day and didn't have a moderator. And so that happens occasionally, but really hard to stay focused from a presenter perspective. But it's also really hard for the people who are attending, who aren't being trolls and who aren't being naughty community members. It's really hard for them to stay focused with the trolls around. So we really, really desperately need moderators. So if you're interested in presenting or moderating, please contact us on our Discord or after the event, as we need you to step up and help us, all of us, welcome new people. And honestly, it is one of the best things to talk to people who have just been in AltSpace for an hour or 3 hours or a day, and they have such a different perspective, right? So it's fun to ask them what their first impressions are. So part of the responsibilities of a community helper is to help teach other users how to use AltSpace VR by answering questions, help teach others about this community. Helping out with AltSpace VR 101 is a part of that responsibility. So if you'd like to become a community helper, this could be one of your first steps in the process to becoming one.
And we really need that, because there continues to be some confusion over the qualifications and expectations about community helpers. So here's a quick review. Community helpers are helpful members of the community. We don't have special powers. We want them, but we don't have them. We just earn the green border around our badge, and it takes time, it takes work, and it takes a commitment to community.
We keep asking for special powers. We really want special powers. And a robe would be good. Don't we need a cape or something?
something.
To become a community helper, talk to another community helper. Talk to many of them. Find out how they became one, how it's working for them, what they enjoy most about it, what do they do to maintain that community helper status. And many of us give in many different ways, and there is no right or wrong way to help out as long as you're being kind, helpful, and supportive to this community.
And I'm sorry, the qualifications are that you must be an active member of AltSpace VR in good standing for at least 3 months. And in the past 6 months, you've hosted at least 3 featured events and moderated 5. In addition, you are recommended by a community support team member and one of the staff moderating the campfire.
So let's qualify these just a little bit more. Hosting a featured event in AltSpace VR means attending many events, learning about the process from other event hosts and from community helpers, and understanding how they work from an event host and a moderator perspective. And seriously, until you've moderated an event, like you see an event entirely different when you're actually moderating that event.
Oh, yeah.
It means helping to moderate a variety of events, because that's the other thing. Some tend to be more trolly than others. Some have more tolerance for bad behavior than others. So moderation is a skill that is learned by mentoring, but mostly through experience. You just got to do it. Isn't it Nike that says, just do it? It's easier and harder than you imagine. I have to say, like, I love AltSpace. I love presenting. I don't love being a moderator. I have to be honest, because you have to be so fast. I have a lot of admiration for some of the moderators that I encounter. They're so fast. Laurel, you're one of them. I think about David. Is just dealing with situations. Some really terrible situations that happen in some of our events. It's quite mind-blowing.
It is mind-blowing. And so one of the other requirements is that you are, but please, I just want to follow up on that. Please talk to the people that have the green badges if you're interested in doing that, because it really, there's a lot to learn, and we'd love to help you learn it. I mean, that's what we're here for. Being recommended by one of the CSTs, the community support team, people in the campfire, the ones with the gold badge, doesn't mean standing around and visiting with them during their work hours. That's not what it means. It means being visible throughout AltSpace VR as someone helpful, being patient, answering questions, helping people explore the various worlds and the things to do in AltSpace VR, and even teaching them to fly and bringing them to an AltSpace VR 101 event so they can learn more. It means participating in community projects, whether or not you're good at it. Many people aren't good at world building. I mean, some people just aren't good at it. But you know what you can do? You can visit those worlds and give feedback to the world builders so they can build better. That doesn't require any special talents, but you have one. Presence. You are here. You have the experience. Share it. And it means asking the right questions. It means listening. It means being extraordinarily patient and tolerant and not being mean. I can't tell you how important that is. It's learning to be proactive in supporting this amazing community that we have here. And even if you don't like somebody, you still got to work with them. That's like we do in the real world. And we still manage to get along and make things happen.
And they're really, even if you aren't a community helper in that process to becoming one, there's lots of opportunities. I think of people like Nira, who will just be at the campfire, talk to people about a world, get together, create a portal, go to a world, and they'll do world hopping for a period of time, right? Just showing people who are new to our community some of the amazing worlds. Or just go to Popular, find out where a group of people are in a space where you are able to fly, and go in there. I have to tell you, if you're willing to show people how to fly, it doesn't take long. Don't wait for people to ask you. Look for those people who are off in the corner just watching everybody. This is how I learned to fly. Somebody came and watched me watching other people. They came up really respectfully to me and said, "Do you know how to fly?" And I said, "I didn't." They said, they asked me, "Would you like me to show you?" I said, "That would be great." I was so intimidated. And they taught, and then they left me on my own. I don't even know who to thank. But you guys, there's so many ways that you can be helpful here. And that gets you well on your way for that community helper badge if that's what you're looking for. So being a community helper isn't about an achievement in a game. We don't compete. There's no boxes to check on your way up the AltSpace ladder. There's a ladder? I don't think.
The virtual
We
ladder.
we are community helpers because we want to give back. And we want to help this community be strong and reliant, because our community is only as strong as the weakest link. You guys, we are all in this together, and we want this to be the most fabulous space. We are here because we work together and we play together, and we believe in what's possible. After all, we're just cartoon characters. Seriously, when I show my pictures to my mom and she looks at it and goes, what? Like, really? We're all just cartoon characters wandering around cartoon worlds. But the community of AltSpace VR takes this really, really seriously. We're serious about our cartoons, right? We're serious about our avatars, you guys. They are our avatar. You are your avatar. Isn't that what they say?
Something to look at. But it's true. So we would love to have you become a community helper. Please talk to us afterwards. And even if you don't want to become a community helper, please volunteer. You don't have to be a community helper to
That's
volunteer.
right. Yeah.
Just help us make this community a better place, because it really is magical. And I want to take a second to thank, we've got Serenity here, and we've got Ancient I Won't Say over here that are helping to crowd control. And there's several others that are out in the audience. I just can't see them in a quick blush. And because it takes a team to make this happen. So thank you all very much. And that's why we love you. All right. So rumors are flying around. Changing subject here. That AltSpace VR has a new. I know it.
Come on.
Yeah, that AltSpace VR has a new logo, and it can be found in the Google Play Store. It's not true. Okay? I know this is a rumor community, but it is not true. So don't get too excited about seeing that they've changed their logo and stuff. AltSpace is no longer in the Google Play Store because Google no longer supports Daydream, which was the last Google-based device. And so you can download, the desktop version and other versions and stuff from the website, but AltSpace, as soon as they dropped Daydream, it was like, okay, well, there you go. So it is painful, and we regret that. I'm sure they do too, but it's Google's issue. So AltSpace is not in the Google Play Store. What is not a virtual reality app. It is an online market for booking flexible workspaces in Asia.
Oops.
Now, AltSpace is trademarked. I'm not sure how that will go, but I assume that some Microsoft lawyers, I used to work in the lawyer office a million years ago when I was going to college. So we're going to go after them for trademark violations. So do not be fooled. They're serious about those things. And do not install this app if you find it. It has zero to do with virtual reality. Just checking.
Okay. So we've had some major updates recently in AltSpace VR within the platform, as well as with world building guidelines and features. Yeah, that's putting it mildly. We will cover the status of world building guidelines in a moment. But know that more changes and improvements are coming our way over the next few months. So what are we going to do? We're excited about this. Yes, we are. Keep up with all the AltSpace VR news and updates and features coming soon. So be sure to join us on our news and updates on our Discord channel.
Excellent. So that was a lot of basic news here. Love it. Now let's go into world building. And a week ago, Stephen announced that they've released the new version of the Unity Uploader. Please remember, you need to update your projects to this version or you won't be able to upload in a few weeks. It might have already passed now, but anyway, there's a transition period. But make sure you update.
We've been asked to explain the AltSpace VR target for frames per second to comply with Oculus requirements in world building. From what's been reported by AltSpace VR developers, they are striving for a steady state 70 plus frames per second on quest for a world with about 15 users. It should be lower than that for event spaces with larger audiences. It should be about 50 frames per second.
Now the frames per second is device specific. So they're testing for Quest, but you can test it yourself no matter what your device is. If you, in your settings, if you go to display and you flip on the show Oculus FPS panel, and then you can see yourself what that looks like. So ask your friends that are in different devices to test your world or your event space. Remember, you don't have to have any talent for world building to help world builders. So, you know, and world builders make friends with Quest and Go users so they can help test. So ask your friends with the different devices to test and show and tell you what the numbers they're getting as they look around the space. And you can do that now. And see how close your numbers are to that AltSpace VR target. Now, if you host an event, check with the AltSpace VR events team and ask them to help ensure that your event space is compatible. Okay?
Okay, now this is a huge one. Remember, all featured worlds will be unfeatured as of December 1st. This does not mean there is anything wrong with a world. This is a housekeeping issue. After the list has been cleared, you are invited to request your world be featured again if it is in compliance with the new guidelines. The guidelines are for world building in general, and as mentioned, they are a little more restrictive for event worlds, so keep that in mind. And that's a huge thing. If you have a world attached to an event, even just the most smallest change to that world requires you to have it tested again. I'm experiencing this with VR Church. We're going through a huge learning curve with what we're allowed to do and not allowed to do, etc.
Yes, and I know that Mark went through this event and we went through some other event spaces, and it's tough to do, but it can be done, and we're trying to make sure that all space is stable. Now, here's a last look at the guidelines for a little bit, because we've been reporting on them for a few weeks now. You should all be familiar with them. I feel like I should say, let's sing these together.
Oh, that's what they want to hear, us singing up here. Can you imagine?
Trust me, singing in AltSpace sucks. Okay. No, I mean, duets suck. It's hard to do. But anyway, here's the last one. It is your choice to feature a world or not. That's up to you. But if you choose to do so, it must be optimized for mobile users, which means Quest and Go. There's been some debate about what defines a mobile user, and it's not somebody that has the Android phone stuck in their Samsung Gear or whatever, Daydream or whatever it was. It also includes Quest and Go. Those are mobile. They're not tethered to a device, though the link changes things a little bit, but that's a different conversation. All right, so Quest and Go users, it must be optimized for the mobile users. It must be at a quality level that adds value to the community. Now, this is wide open. This can be anything, but this is for AltSpace to determine. It needs to add value to the community and not violate the community standards. Now, you all signed those when you came in here, so no violating those. It must contain copyright-free, public domain, or your own original content. No stealing. Just because it's on the net doesn't mean it's free. No teleporters, though we're pushing back against that. And they say that if the teleporter is appropriate to the world, then it may be allowed for worlds like hubs or multi-world storylines.
Now, teleporters to unrelated worlds or to the campfire are not allowed for featured worlds. Private or unfeatured worlds, do whatever you wish. But publicly featured worlds on a featured world list need to follow the guidelines. We're not sure when the new list will go live on the UI and website, but it should be quick as many worlds have already been vetted.
All right, and I can't wait because there should be some awesome worlds coming in. All right, now on to some other world building news. This week, the World Builders Tour on Wednesday revisited. I have to tell you, I was so sad when this was over. We revisited the 2018 Thanksgiving parade floats, inspiring so many to appreciate the potential of the in-world world editor. And Unity is great. I think that Unity is absolutely fantastic, but there's something about what we kind of call hand sculpting, where the art of putting random objects together to make something new and amazing it just makes world building fun. It's so creative, and people have found such amazing relief. I mean, you just look at the stuff that's up here on the wall. You know, we were dazzling people with the fact that we use trees for the feathers of the turkey to add color. And if you look closely, the eyelashes are a tree trunk. And literally, that bird is stuffed with trees in its head. And we had to make that head big enough to cover all those trees so that the trunks would, because there was a nice curve, and Homer figured out that was a perfect eyelash. So there's a whole bunch of trees in that head. So, you know, we got really, really creative with things that you wouldn't even imagine. And a lot of you saw the geometrics. The geometrics are one of the most unappreciated parts of world building. So play with those and have fun. And it was great to be inspiring. Now, talk about inspiring. Karen, who's here, Karen666, she loves breaking rules. I love her. She is leading us in the middle of the rebel. In the middle of the holiday season, she's taking us on a tour of skeleton and skull themed worlds in Alt Space, and boy, are there some great ones. You do not want to miss this one. And we'll be doing many holiday themed events with Christmas and Hanukkah and other winter holiday worlds and stuff coming up. But you do not want to miss this Wednesday with skulls and skeletons, or skeletons and skulls, or whatever it's going to be. It's going to be way, way too much fun. Thanks for putting that together, Karen. I love it.
What a way to start the Christmas season. Oh my gosh.
I love it.
If you are a world builder with at least 4 worlds and you would like to show them off, and of course you would like to show them off, please talk to us after the event today or on our Discord server, and we'll connect you with the World Builders Tour group and get your worlds on the schedule.
Yay!
Now, are you enjoying the Unity articles and tips and tricks we've been publishing on our News and Updates Discord server? They're inspiring you to build using Unity. You may find these in our Alt Space VR news section to help you with building worlds in Alt Space VR. We have published videos, articles, tips and techniques, and more to help you with Unity and world building. So join us and check them out along with the rest of the updates from Alt Space VR during the week. For more information on world building, visit help.altvr.com or developer.altvr.com.
All right, so make sure that you get help from anything you need. Please, before you hit the Discord channels, please search at help.altvr.com, because there's a lot of answers to your questions are there, so we'd really appreciate it. Now on to some events. There is an event coming up that is a must attend, and I know because I'm doing it, but ignore that fact. If you...
Self-promotion.
It feels like self-promotion, but it isn't. If you are hosting an event, or you wish to host an event in Alt Space VR, Educators in VR is presenting a workshop on how to present slides and videos in Alt Space VR. It is easier and harder than it appears. Okay, it is really easier and much harder than you think it is. But check it out. So Educators in VR is presenting slides and video in Alt Space VR, and I will help teach you how to make that much easier to do, I hope. And Thursday, December 5th, is the, if I can catch up with the slides, they're in sequence. December 5th is the Educators in VR very first V-Coaching and Personal Development Workshop. If you work or are interested in a career in mentoring, life and professional coaching, in training and counseling, this new Educators in VR team project offers insights and research on integrating VR into your toolbox. So this is groundbreaking pioneer work that's being done, and I'm so thrilled that Educators in VR can bring it to you.
Wow, both those events sound awesome. Okay, we want to remind you that tomorrow is Daisy Shaw's UK meetup in Alt Space VR. The first one was last week, and it was like this huge success. So many people came. If you live in the UK, this is a fabulous opportunity to meet others also living there. and some not living there. Some people crashed the UK party and were welcomed by Daisy, of course. You may find neighbors you don't know you had that are also hanging out in AltSpace VR. As mentioned last week, this is a great idea. We challenge you to put together a meetup for your neighborhood, your city, county, state, region, or country in VR, and then work on meeting up in the real world. It's amazing what happens when you bring people together. The next UK meetup is December 1st. So if you live in the UK, get it on your calendar.
Yay! I love that. So the Creative Writing Meetup is month-long. I can't even talk because it's been a month, insane month. They finished today, and several of our writers, are you ready for it? I feel like we need drum roll. They reached the 50,000
I can't even imagine.
goal. So congrats to all of them. I did it yesterday, and I can't believe it. And for everyone who participated, whether they made it to the 50,000 or not, it doesn't matter how many words you wrote. Honestly, congratulations for those who participated. And the group met every single day in AltSpace VR for the entire month. This is the second year in a row. We're breaking records here. And we'll return to normal once a week, thank goodness, on Monday, where we're working on creative writing prompts and the writing workshops and lessons. So if you'd like to explore your writing talents and you think you have a book on you, or you just want to work on your poetry or whatever it is, come join the Creative Writing Meetups on Mondays and check out their active Discord channel with tips and articles and prompts and everything else that we have going on there. And two things. If you're an educator, come on by our group to learn how we handle the challenges of writing in the real world and then sharing in VR. It's really one of the hardest thing to do in VR, and it's always quite an amazing struggle, but we do it. We're doing it like a year and a half. I love it. And if you like to read your poetry or short stories at Center Stage or at Alt Idle or whatever it is, the different, the open mic and stuff like that, come work on your stuff with us. We'd love to have you join us.
Whatever will you do with all that extra time you have now?
We say that we write in November, we edit in December. So I got a lot of work ahead of me. Oh my God.
The Amazing AltUX User Experience Meetup is every Saturday. It happens before the news and updates. It's hosted by Alan, a great world builder and educator here in AltSpace VR. The meetup covers user experience topics across a wide range of subject matter, especially VR. For those unfamiliar with user experience, look at the circle menu in your visor. That was designed and developed with you in mind, with all of us in mind, taking into account the various virtual reality devices then and in the future, and how to keep the screen as clutter-free as possible while being quick and easy to use. User experience is used to design the worlds you build, taking into account spawn points, the movement through the world, and how the story of your world is told. It's everywhere. And this is a great meetup to attend to learn more about how it all works. And it happens every Saturday here in AltSpace VR.
Yeah, I think it's every other Saturday right now.
Or every other.
I love it. Yep. Yeah. No, I love that. I love that event. And Humanist is hosting another Bioethics and Evolution in the 21st Century event on Sunday. And it's exploring current medical and biological technology. It's a fascinating topic and so related to what we're doing here in virtual reality. So check that out. And Mick Muse is back with his live music concert, a musician and live looper and virtual performer. He is performing some of his modern acoustic rock with live looping, beatboxing, and a variety of instruments, so check it out. And I just love the live entertainment here, and I want to just say credit. We forgot totally spaced with there's been a lot of pressure this week with a lot going on, and I've meant to include a picture of the brand new rooftop. And if you haven't seen the new space for the rooftop, it meets on Mondays. It is amazing. It just launched last week. It's opening again on Monday. And our own fabulous evildoer, who's right in the very back there, send up some hearts and applause. he turned around and he's disappeared
Yeah.
on the wall. He did some of the most amazing, fantastic world building for that event in record time to get that up, and it's beautiful. It is truly a work of art, so don't forget to hit the rooftop coming up on Monday. God, I love our events. We have great events here.
Okay, so I forgot to check this. Is it Toshi or Tushi? Toshi?
Toshi.
Toshi the I'm never good with phonetics. Toshi the Couch presents his Monday regular We the Gamers event discussing gaming related topics. This is one of several VR and gaming events and podcasts that happens here in Allspace VR. If you are a gamer, check the schedule for a variety of programs and events on this subject. Some are featured regularly and some are just pop up from time to time, but we love them all. And it's a reminder about checking the calendar on a regular basis. Just because you check it on the weekend and kind of schedule your events for the week doesn't mean that you shouldn't revisit the calendar, both the featured and the all during the week, because there's a lot of events that just happen last minute and they're cool events. So make sure to check back.
Oh, yeah. I agree. Absolutely. And talk about diversity of events. Get Social is totally rocking it with some innovative open forum discussions that have been going on for a while, and some new ones pop up from time to time, covering everything from social VR, from education to avatars to world building to science. And this coming week is the rise of virtual beings, gender talk, and is VR journalism viable? I think that's important to know since we're doing a news show. And Block Decentral Crypto and Blockchain event is also underneath that umbrella. So check those events out.
And I have to tell you, for Get Social events, for some of you in different time zones, these events are great for you. I have to say I miss a lot of these because I'm actually sleeping. And it bums me out just a little because there are some really cool events. Oh, talking about cool events, Chuck. Oh my gosh. Chuck of Health Systems Chat is again breaking the rules. Immediately after the 2-hour keynote of the Amazon CTRO, he will be hosting a special event for AWS reInvent. He will be hosting discussions on building a conversational 3D avatar, creating 3D web apps, world building in VR, artificial intelligence, and all the topics that may come up during this event. If you are looking for some after-event partying, check out the great program he has planned for Thursday.
Oh, yeah. I love it. So Evolve VR Meditation has a new meditation space. We mentioned it last week. It's based on Alan's beautiful Asian hot springs, where you're taken to this gorgeous little garden with the stream flowing on it, and you may stand in the grasses and listen to the breeze and the gentle music and drift off to peaceful thoughts. Oh, I expect to hear some snoring. It's a wonderful place. And a week ago, it was a grand opening, so you can catch it again coming up. Also be aware that Jeremy is going to be taking over the German version, but unfortunately not in German. That's happening on Monday for just a few weeks. And but they'll still be going on. And their first book club is Tuesday, December 10th, and they're discussing the Tibetan Book of the Dead. And there's a link to download and read the book on the event page. I've read it many times. I love it. And they'll be discussing part 1, the Bardo and the Moments of Death, and discuss the spiritual traditions and expressions of this ancient religion and its thought practices. And it's an amazing opportunity for everyone. You don't want to miss that.
Okay, again, I was supposed to check a name.
Jesse Diamani.
I have been waiting and waiting and waiting. When Jesse took the summer off for Tech Talk, sent a note and said, is this just a break or is it ending? And he assured that it was just a break. September came, October came, I've been waiting. The email came this week to say Tech Talk is back with Jesse Diamani. Did I say that right? That's his here in Allspace. Now, he has the most amazing guests. It's the most interesting events. He will be bringing some of the greatest minds in emerging technology for discussion for the second season of the show. One of the most memorable ones for me last winter was Ted Rubin, who wrote Future Presence, which is a fabulous book about VR, about the presence of VR. And that session was just like, I just love that session. It's Tech Talk is such an intimate conversation show with entrepreneurs, developers, artists, and groundbreaking tech innovators. He has access to so many interesting people, and he brings them to Altspace VR. Like, seriously, guys, doesn't that give you chills? It's Thursday, and there are about 100 people already RSVP to this event. Oh my gosh. So make sure you get into this space early is what I would say.
We have live concerts, movies, classes, you name it. We have it all here in Altspace. So check out the events calendar and make sure you RSVP so that Altspace VR will send you an email 1 hour before the event so you don't miss a moment of the excitement that's there. And we're still waiting to hear about the Altspace VR Holiday Parade and all the events that are going on. And, we're still waiting for those community events announcements, so stay tuned to the news and updates, our Discord server, and we'll let you know as soon as we know anything about all of those goodness.
And remember, the conversation never stops here at Altspace. So check out the various Discord groups we have for Altspace VR community and activities. There's a new official Altspace VR group, but many of the other ones are still rocking. We have a list in the lobby just for you, so make sure to check it out.
I love it. All right, you guys have survived. All right, we want to talk really briefly today because it's important that we be part of the team that's helping to prepare us for what we call the holiday rush here in Altspace VR. Last year, about a week or so after Black Friday, it became hell in here. I don't know how to describe it. How many people survived last year who were here beforehand and they managed to survive last year? Okay, good for you. How many people, was that your first visit here to Altspace, was getting your Quest or your Go or your whatever your device was during the holidays last year? Any people arrived then? Give me some hearts. Oh, no, they didn't survive. No, we usually have, there are some people. All right.
Their bodies are on the skeleton tour.
There they are. Yeah. So this year, thank goodness, Altspace is better prepared and the Community Helper Program is fully enforced to help support all this. We've got extra Altspace 101s that we mentioned on there. There's extra campfires that are all set, great optimization, really robust world optimization that's helping people so they don't crash. And it's all good. We're doing some great stuff. There are some rumors of some new news changes to how new people come into Altspace. And so that may be happening soon because a lot of preparation is being done to really make this a smoother transition. But I wanted to talk about, again, we've kind of talked about this early on, but I thought Dawn and I, and if anybody has any input on how can we make this a better experience for the deluge of new people that are coming in. And I know that greeting them in the campfire and being helpful, teaching them how to fly, all those things are great, making them understand this is a community. But Donna, what else should we be doing?
Whoa, that's a loaded question.
I know.
What do you guys think? You guys have to help me out with this one. That one was kind of a stunner for me.
Okay, so let's turn on the raise hand button and let's get
let's do that.
So hit the raise hand button if you have some nice, wonderful advice, and we'll call on you and have you add to the show. We'll put you on megaphone so everybody in our live stream can hear you. Any advice for the newcomers? For those all coming in? See some shy people. Oh, everybody's pretty shy. Nobody wants to volunteer.
Yeah, that's right. You don't have to be a community helper to help out. One thing that I find is that new people come to one-on-ones. So one-on-ones are really helpful. Like I always poll. There's a bunch of, Laurel does, Michael does. We host the one-on-ones. When I'm hosting, I typically ask just to get a feel for how long people have been in. And more, it's been hours to a couple of days. Like it used to be a week to a month, and then they would find one-on-one. Now they're finding one-on-ones earlier, and they're really new, which means they have lots of questions. And in a half an hour, we try and go through like as much as we can, but we all know that you retain like 30% of what you hear, and if you don't use it, you lose it right away. So there's like these people that are coming in, there's lots to learn. We forget, you guys have been in here for a while. You forget how much you actually know about navigating AltSpace and how many people you actually know and where to find things and where the cool things are and where the fun places are in worlds and stuff. You forget how long that took you to learn, right? So one thing that comes to mind is there's always, when one-on-one is done, they may go to learn to fly or whatever, but there's still lots of questions. And so even just joining a one-on-one and hanging back after for a few minutes, there's always questions that people may not want to ask during the formal one-on-one, or maybe there's not even time because we cover so much. So just being around there and taking people, even if it's not to fly, even saying, you know what, I love that spirit cave. Let's go over there. I'm going to show you a new world. So you mentioned New World, Laurel, but maybe some one-on-one right from the 101 from the 101. Now there's a concept. I know, it's a thought.
Yeah. And that's really good advice. And I have one more piece of, we have somebody who has decided to be brave. And let's see, we have Chow.
Kyle. Everybody says ciao.
Kyle.
Hey, buddy.
All right.
It's so good to see
All right,
you.
Kyle.
Yeah, hello.
Sorry.
Hello again.
Hello.
All right. Good night, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. I don't know what time is it there. So, I have a few things to say.
Okay.
I'm a newcomer myself. I've been here for a couple of days. And I've been to a couple one-on-ones. Those are great. And I've been to the Quest. It's Quest time. That's a great event to get to know your software. Myself, I don't have the Quest, but if I ever come to get one, I already know how to use it. It is pretty cool, pretty useful. It is nice to go to the campfire, make new friends. You can learn a lot from them. And you can also go to the fly. It's fly time. I don't remember the event, and then you learn how to fly. And it is the same host from the Quest time, so it is a great time. You can learn a lot.
Excellent.
And I pretty much can go through all the game now. I have no problem.
Excellent. Fantastic, and welcome. Yeah, love it. Love it. Fantastic. Great. I am so thrilled that people are being welcoming and that there's opportunities here to expand and to grow, because that's what it's all about, is being helpful and supportive of each other. So I love it. So before yes, go ahead, Donna.
No, is there something you want to say before we close it?
I just wanted to say, for those of us who've been here for a while, and we love this community, and it's really important that we keep the community together. Please be kind to yourself during the crazy time for about the next 6 weeks or so, because it is stressful, because a lot of children come in, a lot of disruptive people who haven't quite been indoctrinated into the kind and gentler, tolerant society that we have here. Just be patient with yourself and with them. It's, especially if you're moderating or hosting an event, it's really easy to get kick happy, where you're just kicking everybody who's a pain in the tuchus, because it's exhausting dealing with them when you're trying to concentrate on what you're doing, and or people are trying to nudge into your group when you're trying to have a private conversation or something. Be respectful. Take your private conversations to private spaces so that you don't get interrupted. And then when you're in the campfire, pay attention to the new people coming in. Welcome, be just as we just said, and show the people how awesome this place is. But be kind to yourself, because boy, oh boy, I can't tell you. I know that Mark would agree, and Ancient was here last year too, and many of the others. it was and Frey, I know Frey was, it was really, really, really exhausting dealing with this new influx when there were some people that were just disruptive enough. So be kind to yourself.
When you have had like the 200th marshmallow stuck in your face, you're not allowed to decapitate anyone. You must hold your tongue and enjoy the growing community of Altspace VR.
Yeah.
So
if I get one more person trying to stuff a pillow in me, I don't know,
So that's all for this week's news and updates. You can keep up with news and updates by subscribing to our event through the channels tab on the allvr.com website. Join us on Discord, and you can watch the live stream of past news events on our YouTube channel. We are here for you, as always, to keep you updated on the news in Altspace. So please tell a friend, share our Discord and YouTube channels with other people so they can stay up on the news as well. Also, we will hang around after the news to answer your questions and talk about what you are doing in Altspace VR. So stick around, as we'd love to chat with you. And keep in mind that at the top of the hour, it's improv night. So that's always a good time.
Yay! And thanks to all of our great news and updates volunteers and moderators that help make this event a success. If you'd like to volunteer and help us out, boy, would we just love you. You would be so awesome. So we do this for you because this is our community, and Mark put this together so that we could report on what's going on for you, but we also need your help. So thank you, everybody. Thank you. Have a great rest of the weekend. Don't forget all the amazing events that are coming up and great ones throughout the whole week. Thanks, everybody.